we can see more of this silly world. The world, it isn't bad, as long as you think happy thoughts and not be sad, and hope for the best every day. See your importance, that you are good and every day, and you can make it every way, every day.
Get ready to go, Fujo! So I've come to conclusion, I think that most, if not many, women are a little crazy. But because they're a little crazy, or even real crazy, there's a sense of kind of maybe mysterious attraction or wanting to figure out this enigmatic code kind of thing. I think it's probably set up that way because you're always asking the woman, well, why did you do that? So this is basically in the Office Space area in the movie Office Space that Mike Judge directed. But this is Las Colinas, and these are some of the buildings that were most likely used.
Go to the Galleria Mall in
Any
Dallas,
information you want to leave, or any comments?
The Galleria.
Leave the comments. But some of this stuff was definitely
The opening
what the
shot
actors and the
to
directors
Office
were
Space
seeing,
is near the Galleria
when they
Mall.
were
Go there,
actually
Cole.
filming. Jump over shit. This little thing right up here. This is a basic kind of skyline office space. Kind of use some of this stuff right here. This building possibly may have been there. And we've got this little highway section, which was definitely used. I want to say that this shot over here, you look through those trees right here, you're going to see kind of a brown looking building. That one right there, I believe, was used. We're gonna do like a tracking shot right here, just alongside here, and I believe this was the actual Office Space filming location. So Office Space was created by Mike Judge, starring Jennifer Aniston and Ron Livingston playing a character named Peter Gibbons, and this is actually the bridge he used off of John W. Carpenter. And that's one of the opening shots uses this. And right over here, these buildings right this way too. So if you look at the rearview mirror right here, this was actually one of the opening shots to Office Space, looking through the rearview mirror here, and you can actually see the two buildings in the opening shot, the very first part of Office Space, Mike Judge. Those buildings right there are shown. That one too, right there. I've never heard of Thrift Giant. Kind of a Pulp Fiction theme to it. Asked for some red apples, but they didn't have any. So we're coming up on a Mike Judge moment with the Office Space. And one recognizable building is coming up right under this underpass. This brown building with a pointy top right here. You're gonna see it come up this way. About over here. This is recognizable. So you have the opening shot across this bridge, and you're gonna see this pointy building right here. That building too, which is here. Those two buildings along bridge right here. That bridge is pretty much the opening shot to Mike Judge's office space. Right here. This area. Another familiar shot, an office space from the other bridge. Here, not too far from O'Connor Road. This bridge here is called Wingreen, which was used as well to take shots of the actual highway when they're stuck in traffic at the opening shot of office space. We're looking here. You can see another shot. This was a familiar one too. There. So this is Hidden Ridge, and this is one of the opening shots of office space as well, right off of Hidden Ridge here. The buildings that were used, that
Approaching
one,
a railroad crossing.
and there, some office space buildings there, and office space buildings right there and there for opening shot. And that one is definitely used. This train was actually used in my short film called That Side, starring Cole and Corbin Thorpe, who's a filmmaker way out by a lake in Dallas. I guess it's like Ray Hubbard, maybe? Lake Ray Hubbard. He taught me all about DaVinci Resolve. We actually did a little scene on the actual train in Las Colinas. And at a place similar to that, on the other side of Las Colinas. So it's called That Side, which you can access on YouTube. This building right here is probably one of the buildings too that is used, as well as this building, an office space, Mike Judge. So the Georgia plates are actually kind of, almost looks like a peach. Georgia peach kind of thing. And I think this building may have been one of the buildings in office space too, right here. Could be wrong. Pretty sure that's an office building that's used in office space right here. It's an office space Mike Judge building kind of right here. The Toyota Outdoor Texas Lottery Plaza, right by the Toyota Center. Actually known as Toyota Music Factory, which is right about. I noticed this Yard House, great classic rock, which is the world's largest selection of draft beer. Doesn't have a front door. I look down this way. There's no door on this side, all the way here. And over this way, there's no door. But if you go around the back, usually you'll find it. Not seeing any doors here or anything. Very strange. There's actually a side door, the draft house right here, and it has a doorbell. And this is a Latin restaurant. There it is. It's actually on the back side. So from the road, the main road, this is the pavilion. You can actually see it right here. Very tricky. It's very strange because the front door from the main road, which is right over here, you can't even see a front door. So I went in the back door finally by going around, and I just said, "Y'all don't have a front door," and she kind of laughed. I had to go around it on one side, and the other side there's a middle side. So you see a front door, but there's actually a back door for the front door, but the front door is at the back door. I don't know. It's a draft house. Alamo Draft House is where the one side of it is. It's an interesting restaurant. They say that they have the largest amount of draft beers in the Music Factory area, which is the Toyota Music Factory, which is where I'm at. apparently the name is called the Yard House, which is right by the Alamo Draft House. It's also called the Alamo Draft House, but it's called the Yard House. So no front door if you're on the main road, which this is the main road in Las Colinas. That's a really cool little VW Bug. No, it's actually not a Bug. It's actually a van. It's a VW van. It's a pretty cool one. It's got a little advertisement. Good idea. It's cool, those little Jesus signs that you see on people's cars. There. I thought it was really cool, this looking thing right here. The area in Las Colinas is mostly like Omni apartments, things like that. Omni's a big company around this area. That's actually Williams Square right there, and it has a really cool sculpture of Mustangs running through water. Probably one of the coolest ones I've ever seen in my life. It's actually really amazing. This is in Las Colinas. I didn't realize you wrote poetry. I didn't realize you wrote such bloody awful poetry. Oh, this is actually from Morbid Romantic, from the band The Smiths. Frankly, Mr. Shankly. It's a good song, you should listen to it. This version actually has a trumpet on it. So there's actually a trumpet on this version. So now that we're studying pressure and time and geography and all that stuff, this is a Las Colinas, and it's known as the Ranch of the Hills, and Las Brisas is a little country club road going that direction, and a lot of Las Colinas is like this, and Irving, but it's the Ranch of the Hills. Hey pigeons, hey, what you doing, pigeons? Sitting around just eating. Gobble, 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 gobble. Won't you come see about me? I'll be alone dancing, you know it, baby. You can see here why it's called the Hills of the Ranch, or the Ranch of the Hills, which is Las Colinas, because of these dips. The hill, I'm on an incline right here. You can pretty much see Dallas from this area south, Loop 12, north Loop 12. You can pretty much kind of see them. We're gonna be hitting on north, not too far from Regal Road. It will lift up a little bit here in elevation, and the skyline will start to come out a little bit of Dallas. You'll see a little bit of it, not a whole lot, but at least you'll get a faint glimpse of the actual skyline of both Dallas over in this direction and Las Colinas, which will be more to that direction. And we're lifting here. Now this area, you're seeing it right over the corner, or not the corner, but yeah, there it goes. It'll dip up and down off this one, and you're getting it about right there. You get a little bit of focus right here, and you're getting, that's Dallas. Now we're going to curve around and see Las Colinas, which is over there. Actually listening to television, which is the Marquee Moon remastered. It's television, the Marquee Moon mastered. And that would be remastered. So we're approaching Dallas right here. Kind of see so kind of see the skyline coming under the bridge right here. You'll see what we call the ball over on the front side of that semi, and we'll go up to elevation a little bit right here, and you'll see that, you know, the skyline here, which is basically Dallas, and then over this way you'll see, you know, the Reunion Tower is what we call it. Gets a lot of attention in this area right here. We've got a long ways to go and a short time to get there. Because we're eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We're gonna do what they say cannot be done. Just look at Brandy, eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. We gonna do what they say can't be done. We got a long ways to go and a short time to get there. Eastbound, just watch old Bandy run. You know the rest. So I'm headed to this place called the Catfish House, which is about 12 miles out of the way of where I was. They seem to do catfish, shrimp, oyster salads, and more. And they're open on Sunday. Right here. True story. True story. My first dog was named Smokey, and my second dog was named Bandit. It's actually a true story, though. Does it look like I'm lying? Come on, y'all, shucks. Kind of like an average kind of neighborhood city in Irving right here. According to this sign, they're the best burgers in town. This is actually news right now on YouTube from North Irving, from the Baptist, that God loves you. If you look down straight this way, you'll see some of these buildings actually in office space as well right here. And that's looking into the Irving, Las Colinas area. And I believe some of these are actually used. So I found a good band called the Vaccines, which I thought really fit this postmodern disaster that we're in. The Vaccines looks like a pretty good band right there. Seems like Irving has a pretty big Christian population. Something about this neighborhood I think is really beautiful. It's a beautiful little neighborhood. Shadows right here are really pretty too. The content of the matter, and going right just for